she comes down with the sword, and then she catches the shield from the sky. So she's literally throwing it up in the air, doing cool stuff, and then catching the shield again when it comes down. That's just too cool. Hello and welcome to another NihongoGamer video. What an exciting day. It is the culmination of the 6 character pass for GRANBLUE FANTASY VERSUS. There have been 6 characters and this is the 6th one. Zooey, she comes out today. I'm very excited about trying her out. And not only do we get this new character today, we also get a new stage, we're going to get new avatars to use in the lobby, and a massive, probably the biggest update to the game since the game came out a few months ago, the balance patch. And I'm not here to test the balance patch today, but we are here to test Zooey, this new character. And apparently, she's going to be a little bit more complicated than the rest of the characters that we've had up until now. Now, already here on the character select screen, you can see she looks pretty epic. She's got little dragons flying around her. I guess technically Gran also has little dragon, but not on the character select screen. Zoe's got little dragons. Let's just click her in and let's see what she's like to move about. She's got a sword and that shield. Sometimes she's holding both with one hand. Now, since there is a new stage, let's go ahead and try out the new stage. It's the Grand Hall Jewel Resort Casino. Alright, so new stage and new character. Let's check this out. So we've got Zooey moving forward and backwards. She doesn't have a run forward. She literally flies forward. That's already pretty epic. Jumping up and down, crouching. Now, I love this animation when she's walking backwards. You can see that massive dramatic change from that big shield being in front of her, and you can see her back as she's walking around. And then as she's walking forwards, shield is right there by her side. That sword always ready out front, ready to attack. Now, for her to go into her auto combo, she needs to be close. This is a far attack, but close up. She gets her auto combo. Range is not bad on her standing medium. Feels good. And her heavy button. Wait a minute, this isn't her music. Let's go back and change her music. Zooey. Alright, so we've got the Zooey music now. Let's listen to it. Black mages, black mages. I don't even know if it's written by Nobuo Uematsu, but it definitely feels like it. Definitely got that dramatic battle feel. Takes a little while to get started, this track, doesn't it? Here we go! Oh my goodness, this track is so good! Oh, you can definitely rock out to this. Ah! Best thing about this character so far is definitely the music. Let's head over to skill practice and let's try out Zooey. So as I understand it, she's going to be a little bit more complicated than the other characters we've had so far. I did also play Narmaya. She was fairly complex compared to many of the base roster, but Zooey actually, she sends out a little dragon, and you can do moves with the dragon while the dragon's like sent out or while the dragon's in. So we're gonna have to learn how to manage this dragon, but let's try it now. Convergence is my unique skill. You can see already right now, I've got a little gauge at the top of the screen, and as I hold down this button, the unique button, it charges up her unique skill. So this will give me the ability to do special moves. So it seems that I charge this up, and while I'm charging, I can also press forward and a button and to turn it into an actual attack. So right now, if I run up to my opponent and press U, it's not actually an attack. But while I'm charging, at any point I want, press forward and a button and I will get an attack as well. Fully charge the dragon gauge, so we were already doing that, but I'll just try it again. Fully charged, and that's the second mission. These are my normal special moves. Immortal Thrust. Okay, so I actually sent out the dragon and you can see the gauge is already being used. So doing the first Immortal Thrust, you can already see about this much gauge gets used. Let's go for the medium version. Also doesn't use too much gauge. I assume that they all use more and more gauge depending on the move. Yeah! So the sweeping beam uses tons of gauge. Let's figure out what these moves do specifically though. Immortal Thrust sends out my dragon and then he's out, and I guess I can do more moves with him afterwards. For Heavy Breath, he doesn't go flying towards my enemy. He just stays put and he shoots fire, blue fire, from where he is. Sweeping Beam shoots 2 beams. One, that's an attack, and then a second one, which is a sweeping attack. I like that. So you got to keep your eyes peeled for whether this is coming towards you. One attack followed by a sweeping attack, or just a single attack which knocks you up into the air. Alright, next mission. This is already really exciting. Spinning Slash works like this. Looks like a standard move that maybe I can finish combos with. Alright, Spinning Splash has follow-ups. Alright, so just now I actually thought that maybe this move isn't entirely useful because it doesn't knock down, doesn't knock them into the air, doesn't give you a wall bounce, but it turns out after this move you can do a little follow-up like so by pressing forward and a button, or just by pressing a normal button. So it's got options with how she knocks you down. Knock you down here, or knock you down over there. I like it. And actually you get a sort of soft knockdown on the light version as well. Aerial spinning slash. Now this move I found really interesting in the tutorial because it goes up, but I was like trying to figure out, can I cancel this move halfway through so she only does the dash up and doesn't do the dash down? Or does she always do both? And what I can see so far, it seems to always do both. And also this, check this out. When she's close up, it always hits on the close side. Now, it actually said this on the website. If I do it from here, the light version, it will make sure it hits on the close side. But even if I do it from far away, you can see it's got this longer V-shaped trajectory. So when she does it close, it'll be a more narrow V shape. Even the medium version, you can see she does a massive leap up, but she always hits on the close side. What about the EX version? Same thing, but it's got all the EX properties. It's invincible. I assume it's only invincible. It's only invincible on the EX version. So if you need to escape something, you need those invincibility frames. You want to go for this one that is yellow. Thunder charge. Thunder, thunder, thunder Zooey. Ho! Nice. All right. The light version is only close to you. The medium version is if they're a bit further away. So if you're like mid-screen like this, you want to make sure you're using the medium version. If you're up close, make sure that you're... Whoa, actually, if you're right up close, it won't hit at all. You've got to be a little bit further away. But it looks like you would probably use this after a combo finishes or something. Yeah, so like if after this medium target combo, it will hit. But if you go raw into it like that, it won't actually hit. And the EX Thunder Charge... Oh, EX Thunder Charge starts at the front, but it moves further back. So from right here, it does hit from right up close. So even if I'm right up in their face, first the sword hits them a bit, and then the thunder lightning bolts hit my opponent and actually push them further back. I don't think the normal version does any pushing back. Oh, it does push them back a little bit, but obviously this EX version pushes them much further back. I'm so excited! Thunder mid-air! What? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Woohoo! The reason this is quite important is that this is not a dive kick where I actually end up vulnerable in their face if it misses. I'm actually, well, I might still be vulnerable anyway, but I can jump up in the air and I can change my trajectory. So if my opponent is getting ready to anti-air me out of the air, it's like, well, I'm not even going to come down and get hit by your anti-air. I'm actually up here, safe in the sky. You can do it while jumping backwards as well. You can actually be like, I'm out of here, and also have some thunder. Can I do it on the other side? Unfortunately, if you cross over to the other side, you don't... What? Wait a minute, you do. After you change direction, it changes the direction of the laser, the lightning as well. That's so brilliant. Oh, brilliant. I'm over here and have some lightning! But again, if my opponent's ready for a cross-up anyway, like if you're jumping over, hitting them on the opposite side so they've got to change the direction of the block, then they should be ready for this as well. Still, I think that's brilliant. This is her standard Skybound art. By the power of Grayskull! Woohoo! Alright, so Skybound art is exciting, but we know what we're really waiting for is her super Skybound art, where she actually becomes a horse. I say becomes a horse. Becomes a dragon, or I say becomes a dragon. Becomes one with the dragon. So let's see how this goes. It spaced me pretty far away, so I assume I can hit from pretty far away. Let's try it. There it is, the horse. Jump in. That's right, so she dashes forward to do it, but I'm sure I get the full animation if it actually hits from closer up. So let's do it from closer up. Become one with the horse, dash forward, full animation, up in the sky, sword and shield in one hand, stab right through like a Concorde jet. This character is freaking cool. If you do your super move and you finish the round with it, you get a special animation. So for example, let's say if I just get the standard winning animation, like this is a standard super, Gamma Ray. If she finishes the game like this, you get to see the winning pose. She teleports down. She gets blown away by the dragons. They're cute. So I thought this was her opening animation. Turns out that's the ending animation. She's so cute. Look at that little smile at the end. She's very optimistic. Okay, what a nice girl. For the Super Skybound art, there's 2 different versions of the animation, right? And I want to get the full animation, which means I can't kill them with the first hit. It has to be the first hit followed by the rest of the hits. Hit me, Jita. There, good. So now I can do my Super Skybound art. So check this out. Gets into the horse, full animation, jumps into the sky, lunging down with a sword and shield at the same time. This is the special animation you get when you win with the Skybound art like that, with the full animation. Flicking of the hair. L'Oreal, she's worth it. And what is that? This is so epic. I didn't see this in the trailer. Maybe they didn't show this in the trailer, but this is her, I don't know if you want to call it her true form, but I've heard that this is called her primal form. It looks so epic. It's kind of horse, kind of dragon. It's got tails coming out. It's got like 4 X-wings coming out of her. The sword looks even bigger when she's in this form. Though I also do have a theory that they do shrink her character model a bit so she fits into the whole horse when she goes in for that first hit on the Super Skybound art. In addition to the dragon part of her having 4 wings, she's also got black wings that just come flying out the top of her back. This is just what an amazing windscreen. Whew, okay, that's very exciting. So is that all the missions? That is all the missions for Zooey. It's time to try the combos. Let's go all the way down to the bottom of the list for the newest character, Zooey. It looks like we've got 5 combos. Hopefully they will show us a little bit how to manage this dragon and get some setups going to play this character, because there's definitely going to be a lot of sending the dragon out, and while the laser beam is holding my opponent in place, I can move over to do my little mix-ups. If she's got awesome mix-ups, we shall see. Alright, combo trials. Master basic combo string. So if you've never played this game before, this is where you can go to find out a little bit about how to create your own combos. It usually starts with pressing a normal attack, followed by like a special attack, followed by a normal attack, and then a super move, something like that. This one starts with a crouching M. This button looks pretty good. So crouching M into spinning slash. You gotta be close enough for it to actually connect though. So crouching M, spinning slash, and then follow up. That should give me a soft little knockdown. Jumping M. So this is clearly going to cross up. Brilliant. So I've got a nice little cross up. That seems pretty good. Wow! Look how late I can press this. Love it. So let's do the cross up version. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and then the super. By the power of Zoe's skull! Brilliant. Wait, is it a different animation? She's got a far jumping M and a close jumping M. Her foot is kind of facing closer to the camera, but then when I do it from far away, you can see her leg is more outstretched towards the opponent. Man, I love the animations on this character. You gotta go like, Sasuga Cygames. They really know how to put the best, awesomest looking characters in the DLC so that you end up buying the DLC. But this is a topic that has been explained in a lot of YouTube videos. DLC may sound pretty evil at first, but actually the price of video games has not been increasing at the same rate that the price of a lot of other products have been. So it's almost like video game prices have stayed the same, and instead of increasing the base price of these games, they're having the base price low and they're adding DLC so that, in general, to buy a full game, you are still paying more than you did 5 or 10 years ago, but that's just standard inflation for you. Look at me trying to protect these publishers while they make DLC for us. Whale, crouching L. So this is a 3-hit starter. This is a nice little hit confirm, so I can go light, 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 and while I'm waiting to see which one of these connects, even push back to this range, I've still got my far light, which I can cancel into my EX move, and then follow up with the push back into the corner. Alright, get him in the corner. Sweeping beam call. Okay, so it looks like we're only going to get a couple combos that actually show us how to use the dragon. The first one they're showing us is the sweeping beam call. So if I press this, dragon stays right by my side, but I get 3 laser beams. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess 2 and 3 are the same laser beam, but it's sweeping. And I guess this can really confuse my opponent, because if they're blocking low for all of this, they may not be expecting this overhead to come out afterwards. Followed up by 3 heavy auto combos into cancel unique skill into this attack. Gotta be close range for this one, so maybe I have to dash forward to connect it. You may have trouble with this combo because you need to know when you can start dashing forward, because if you dash forward too early, then the first forward motion of the forward motion will get eaten up in the animation of the previous move, and you end up just sort of walking forwards instead of dashing forwards. That's one of my biggest things in this game. I'm always trying to dash forwards as soon as possible, but the first button I press is being eaten up by the animation of the previous move. Oh, I don't even need to run. Alright, so I don't even need to run forward. Oops, missed. So convergence needs to do, I need to do convergence faster. I reckon I have to dash forward to be close enough. See, I reckon that gets me the close range heavy button, but I end up kind of too far away for the last wish to actually connect. There we go. Yeah, definitely that dash forward gets you a little bit closer. If you're having trouble with this combo and you're new to the game, definitely see this close range combo doesn't always guarantee that you're going to be able to follow up with the same stuff, because I can do it from, this is a far range one. This here, that still counts as a close range heavy move, but if I do this, nope, 2, 3, then I end up kind of a little too far away for this to connect as a combo. But as you can see, if you do the dash forward, then you end up close enough at the end for last wish to connect. So already learning a little bit about how this dragon works, lock them down and follow up with your own moves, like your little crouching moves and your overheads. Now let's do our damage combo, which is going to be our combo in the corner, plus it's going to finish with Armageddon. I don't want to close my eyes. Assuming my opponent is pressing something, I'll get the counter hit followed by Heavy Breath. Minty fresh. Mentos freshness. Do, 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 do. And after, what's this? Jumping you? What the? Didn't even know I had this move. Often, it's a little bit better than a standard medium button. This medium button has a hitbox, which is clearly aiming down, but maybe this one has a hitbox which aims a little bit further up. For example, juggling in the corner. Woohoo! Air. Oh, this is not that common in this game. This character is turning this game into much more anime, because you can sort of, it feels like a jump cancel, but it's not a jump cancel, it's a juggle, and I'm pressing a button while they're in the air. It definitely feels a little bit more like Blaze Blue, more Guilty Gear now. Can I do it twice? What? What? Oh my goodness. Alright, Sakura, chill. Brilliant. Catch them once in the air, catch them a little bit closer to the ground. Like, it's like Sakura, she's got a command jump where she goes 1, 2, 3, and she's knocking them with her fists like this. Yes! Armageddon! Don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep cause I missed you, Zooey. And I don't want to throw a thing. This jumping you, this feels so anime. This is so awesome. And I love the animation. Look at the way her right foot goes flying up in the air. It's so stylish. And she's stabbing you with the hilt of the sword. It's not even, or the hilt, would you call that the hilt? The handle of the sword. It's not even the actual sword itself. I love it. I love it. All right, let's go into training mode and let's play around with it. What colors have we got for her? Woohoo! Standard colors. Red looks good. Oh, what the heck? This is a Sword Art Online reference. This is clearly the best color. Leafa, that's her name from Sword Art Online. I was like, what's her name? Leafa. This one's very Captain America. Purple looks okay. Woohoo! The cool icy blue with that glowing jelly sword. Oh man, this color is awesome as well. Hot. She's like on fire, this costume. Whoa! That pink and blue. Anyone who has pink and blue as a combination is a smart person indeed. Great taste. I think I'm gonna have to go for the Leafa color. It's a little bit standard fantasy colors, but oh, that or the icy blue. Icy blue is good too. So we're going to this new stage, the Grand Hall Jewel Resort Casino, but we're gonna stick it back on Jeeta's, not Jeeta. We're gonna stick it on the Zooey music, which is Peacemaker's Wings. There's a bit that sounds just like Sephiroth. It just goes jun 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 jun. It really feels like it's gonna be one-winged angel, like one da 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 da. Whoa, she looks so weird because the other thing is that her skin tone absolutely changes, which is a bit of a shame, but it does make her look a little more like the Leafa character. Again, I don't know if that's the actual reference that they're going for. Alright, so I've had a few minutes to play with Zooey, and I don't understand completely how to get all these setups working, but clearly it's going to be something to do with this dragon, setting them up in place so you can run up and do other stuff. So you set up the dragon and you could go low, you could go high, I guess you could throw as long as they're not stuck in block stun. The other things I guess you can do is you can set up this dude here, and while he's doing that, you can go for a cross-up, you can jump over, go low, medium. In terms of combos, I assume it's going to have something to do with getting them up in the air, doing some sort of dragon punch afterwards, or getting them down on the ground, and then getting ready to have the dragon set up when they wake up, so they have to deal with that when they wake up. So I was trying to do stuff where I was getting the opponent on the ground, and then set up the dragon, but then it was like not fast enough because there's still this massive gap. And I was trying to, like, I don't exactly know when to use the dragon. You can see already that you could set the dragon up from far away, run in and do stuff, or I'm sure there will be ways that, you know, once the opponent's on the ground, you can set this dragon up and get ready to lock the opponent down. I love this stuff where you knock them in the air and then back again when they're a bit closer to the ground. That stuff is really cool. But aside from trying to figure out all the setups and the combos, which is clearly the main point of this character, I just think visually she looks absolutely awesome. I love that her default weapon, you don't even need to do the gacha. You know, just with this default costume, you already get what looks like a legendary sort of ultra rare weapon because it's glowing blue like this. But this is just her default weapon on her default costume. That's so epic. But just like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I love these animations. Just the walking looks beautiful. And when she's walking backwards, you really see the back side of the character really show off the costume there. But stuff like this, just the throw. That throw looks really awesome. She doesn't just throw them. She actually jabs them with the sword into the air. But check this out. When you do the back throw, she comes down behind them with the sword. But then did you see the shield come down as well? Wait, that's the wrong one. So if I do the back throw again, she comes down with the sword, and then she catches the shield from the sky. So she's literally throwing it up in the air, doing cool stuff, and then catching the shield again when it comes down. That's just too cool. I also noticed that this unique skill does give you a bit of a juggle. Just jumping in with this unique skill on a normal hit, I can actually combo off this jumping unique skill like that. That's pretty awesome. Can I get them into the corner? Yes, you can! Sick! Clearly she has a lot of potential, but you can just check out this style. It's this. I love this knocking him up in the air and then hitting him again on the ground. She's just straight out of a more anime game. So there you have it. That is Zooey. She is the final character in Character Pass 1, which means this is the last character we're getting until fall of 2020. So we still have another, what is it? It's currently end of April now. So we've got May, June, July, August. Maybe 4, probably 5 months until Character Pass 2 comes. So this is the roster, and this is the balance patch that we've got for the balance patch. These are the mechanics that we can play with the game for the next 4 to 5 months. Let's hope that this keeps people interested for the next 4 to 5 months until the next update comes with even more characters. It looks like Character Pass 2 is set to have 6 more characters. I can't remember. I think the next character coming is called Belial or something like that. Anyway, first impressions are great. I'm really enjoying the character. I think she looks fantastic. I think her supers look fantastic. I love the way that her unique skill can hit. You can kind of juggle the enemy in the air twice. It seems to give them a bit of a juggle as well, even if you just jump in and do the unique skill, so you can follow up stuff after that. I love the animations on the character. I just love the ways when she does the back throw. I'm just going to do it again because it's so much fun. When she does the back throw in this game, she comes down with a sword and then she catches the shield with her hand. That's just so cool. The music is probably the best part of this character. I think the stage looks cool as well. This stage actually comes with cheering. You can hear the crowds cheering, but I've just turned the cheering off while I was playing. If you're a new player to GRANBLUE Fantasy or a new player to fighting games in general, don't be dissuaded by the fact that she's kind of difficult to get damage with at first, because you mostly want to learn how to play her as like this setup character and take advantage of that dragon. Again, I don't really know how to do those things right now, but you can see that it's going to be very powerful. But if you are feeling like this character is a little bit too difficult, maybe this game, I can't actually get into this because I wanted to play Zooey, but I don't really understand her, it's worth just picking up one of these simpler characters like Gran or Jita or a lot of the other characters, are quite simple by comparison. But if you want to play this character, you're going to have to deal with the fact that she charges up this gauge, so you've got to make sure you're managing that gauge so that you've always got enough of this gauge to do these moves, because every time you do this move, it's going to take up some of that pink gauge. But in addition to playing, you know, the standard fighting game stuff, you know, run in, press a few buttons, do a special move, and then do a super combo, something like this, you also have to deal with the sort of longer game. You've got to be... it's really a think ahead character. What situation do you want your opponent to be in so you can take advantage of them and go and do all your Zooey stuff? If you want to play Zooey first, go ahead and play Zooey first. But if you're feeling like maybe this game isn't for you just because she's a bit complex, do keep with the game. Try one of the simpler characters first, and then when you come back to Zooey, hopefully it'll all make a lot more sense, playing with all the extra aspects of this character, like the dragon. Anyway, that's all for now. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the links and all that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next NihongoGamer video and or stream. I do plan on streaming this probably tomorrow, so do follow us on Twitch. There is a link below for the Twitch channel. That's where I'm doing most of my streaming. And if you want to get like notifications of when I'm streaming, you can follow me on Twitter as well. There should be a link for that. And if you want to just hang out, talk about arcade sticks, gear, Japan, art, fighting games, or whatever, you can join us on the Discord community group. It's much easier to have discussions and chat and just sort of casual banter. It's all a lot easier to do in a conversational format like on the Discord server. So do consider joining that. I'll see you all in the next NihongoGamer video or stream.